Story time. Fair warning, it's a big lengthy, so please bear with me. I just want to share how we almost fell for the gift card scam through email. So on Friday morning, we received this email from a relative from her actual email address. So this was their email. Now, my mom responded to it, and her response was that she needed a gift card from iTunes, but couldn't do so because she was away, couldn't do it online. Actually, this email address by itself is already a lot of red flags on it, but we missed that because my mom's aunt would normally ask us for favors for her because she doesn't get around that much due to her age. That's why we found ways to get her the gift cards, thinking that this was her all along. Now, I replied to tell her that I'm unable to do it directly from the Apple website, but I can make the purchase through Amazon and ask for the details. But then, they told me that they needed the physical gift cards. And at this point, I should have seen the red flags, which was all over the email since the beginning, right? But again, it wasn't something unusual for a relative to ask, so we didn't really see these signs. So I called a store asking if they have it available, but they said they did. And when I went to the store, they told me that they won't be able to sell the cards due to recent scam reports. So that's another red flag that I missed. So instead of thinking during that time, what I did was look for another store that I can buy the cards from, which I did, and I went to a different mall just to get them. Another red flag here, should have already noticed that for a gift to a friend, $300 might be too much, right? But maybe I was just thinking that our relative is very generous, and maybe this is a really, really close friend. That's why they're giving this much amount of gift card, right? So anyway, I went to that mall. At this point, when I sent this email, I already have the gift cards with me, so I already made the purchase. But I thought that maybe I should make sure first that they are really our relative before sending them the codes. So I told them that we should be messaging through Facebook Messenger. But then they told me that they didn't have access to the phone and only have their desktop. Now, of course, desktop still has access to Facebook Messenger, right? So I also sent out a message to our other relative asking if our aunt changed their email address, but it was too late for their time zone, so I received their confirmation in the evening, letting me know that they did get hacked a day before this email was sent. So when I realized that I might be speaking to a scammer, I sent an email to a relative's Yahoo address. So this was my email. Told them that if they ever receive an email from me asking for gift cards, don't believe it, and so on. And I just told them that I almost got scammed today. Now, the scary part is they replied using Gmail, telling me that they have seen this email that I have sent to the Yahoo. So that means my aunt's email did really get compromised because they still, looks like they still have access to their inbox. So it's scary. And the last attempt of this guy really is just funny because, they think that they could get away with getting the codes with this message, but didn't work anymore because I already realized that I am speaking with a scammer. So now I look back to the emails that I have been exchanging with them. I realized then that I was responding to a different email. So first I noticed it from the thread, because from the first email, if you can see the avatar here, is different from the next few. So for my phone, that means that I'm already replying to a different email address. And then when I look back on the email thread, I saw that it was saying gmail.com. Okay, so another thing that I noticed would be if I respond to the initial email. So my phone has this feature, so it has this exclamation point, like a warning sign, and when you click that, it will tell you that you're responding to a different email. Excuse me, different email address. My mom's phone didn't have this, so that's why maybe she missed it. But for her, if you reply to the email, the recipient field here would have the email address, but she didn't see that, unfortunately. So that's why we were thinking that all this time we were communicating with our relative. And then when we look back on how they have been messaging us, it's really very different from how our relative will communicate. So that's another sign that I found, which is very unfortunate because I only managed to check it after buying the gift cards, right? But thankfully, I didn't send them the codes, so at least I still have the cards with me, and I just have to find someone to sell them to so I can get the money back. But at least I didn't go down the drain, and the scammers didn't succeed in scamming us. So, I've always been very careful with messages and links that I receive, and I never thought that I would almost fall for scams like this. Because, I always check the emails and the links that I'm receiving, but since they are pretending to be someone that we are close with, it became like a block for us to see the red flags. So to everyone who listened to this, thank you for your time, and please be careful, because it's better to be skeptical than to lose your hard-earned money for low life people like this. So always be vigilant and try not to put your information out there so that your accounts would not be compromised by hackers, scammers, or phishing attempts. So that's the story, and I hope you enjoy this week and have a good day ahead.